Hi, this is Ilma Art Studios photograph for today. Beautiful landscape with clouds and beautiful sunset. Hi, check my website at ilmaarts.com for more artworks and photographs. Today I'd like to share John 15 verses 14 to 15. It says, "You are my friends if you do what I command. I no longer call you slaves, because a master doesn't confide in his slaves." Here's my poem. Friends of God. Do you want to be friends with the most powerful being? The only way you can be his friend is if you are obeying. He no longer calls you slave if you become a follower. God will confide in you if you continue to be a believer. You are a friend of God when you hunger for him. He will be faithful to deliver you from all sins. If you constantly abide in him and live in his truth, he will be your best friend and deliver you from ruin. Here's my essay. Do you have many friends? Are they faithful and true to you? Human friends are good to have, but sometimes they betray or let you down. Before I migrated to Canada, I had many friends from my country of origin. I don't ever remember having arguments with any of my friends. They were there for me in good and bad times alike. I was confused when I moved to Canada because I can't seem to have the kind of friends I had before. When I became a born-again Christian, God overhauled my friendships. He gave me new friends who are believers. We become friends of God when we follow his commands. Prayer. Thank you for considering me as your friend, Lord. Reflection. What are the benefits of being God's friend? You're going to have all his promises if you are his friend. In other words, all the plans that he has for your life will happen if you are his friend. You will have eternal life if you are his friend, because that's one of his promises. You will be protected from any form of evil, and that's another promise of God. So that is one of the fringe benefit of your being friends with God. You will have authority and power over the enemy, because it says in God's world that he is greater than the spirit who is living in the world, which is Satan. So if you're a friend of God, you will have that protection, that shield. If you're a friend of God, even though you are going to the same troubles as the unbelievers, he will turn all your troubles into something good for you. That's one of his promises too. If you're a friend of God, you will hear his voice, because those who are not friends with him will not hear his voice. If you're a friend of God, you will be open to his spirit, and you will have wisdom, you will have discernment, and you will be able to beat any form of suffering or adversary, because he is with you always. If you are a friend of God, you will have joy, you will have peace, you will have all the fruits of the Spirit, which is gentleness, kindness, love, forbearance, and all the other fruits, patience, kindness, gentleness, meekness or humility. These are all the things that you will possess if you are a friend of God. But for you to become a friend of God, you have to obey his commands. When you obey his commands, that gives you the access to all the benefits that he will give you. So thanks for watching, and I hope that you will consider to be friends of God by obeying his command, by believing in him, by submitting to him, by committing your life to him. Thanks for watching again. God loves you so much. He is your friend, so are you going to make him your friend?